What is up, my good friends? Here's your old pal, Glizzer Gamer. We're back again for some more Age of Engineering. I am standing atop the roof of my house. As you can see, it's changed somewhat. That's right. We're almost up to the height where we were before, atop Captain Jack's crow's nest. But I've been doing some modifications, all aesthetic, mind, nothing kind of technical. Let's have a little quick bit of a tour, shall we? So if we go down to the nuclear facility and look back, we can see that the old wooden shack that we were in before has now turned into this marvellous Greek temple, kind of mirroring what's going on over here. I've created this area on top of our void miner station, and it's completely empty at the moment. There's nothing in here, but this will be used for something. I'm not quite sure what yet, but it's nice to have some space available. This area as well, if I can get in here, will also be used for something. I've piped up. There's some AE conduit running up the wall here, and I've got some power up here as well. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with this area yet. Anyway, thoughts on a postcard, please. Let me know what you think I should use it for. And I've moved my solar panels up here as well. They're a bit redundant really at the moment because we're getting loads and loads of power from our nuclear facility over here. And one final thing, actually, no. Before I show you that, let's go back to home. I want to show you what I've done with my circuits. So I was buggering around for ages in a test world trying to fix this, trying to get the circuits to work. Now what I've done is I've got the patterns for each one of these. So patterns in each of these ME interfaces on the top. The trouble is, if I was just to put an ME interface on top of the carpenter, it would work. It would put in a set of circuits and all of these bits and pieces, and it would load it in there. But the trouble is, this internal inventory is quite small. And then what happens is, if you request, I don't know, 10 of these, then it just blocks this entire space with these circuits. So what I've had to do, I've got a counting filter set up here, so that you're only allowed to put one of each in there. And then this crate here acts as a bit of a buffer chest. And then what happens is they go back into the ME network via this port here, puts it back into the ME network. That completes the recipe. And then over here what we have is the processors loaded into this other ME interface, and then feeds this chest with all of the parts that it needs to craft the processors for applied energistics. So two separate networks, or two separate systems I should say. This one crafting the forestry circuits, this one crafting the applied energistics circuits. And so far so good, it all seems to be working. So if we go over here and we ask this guy to craft, I don't know, maybe 5 of these guys, then that'll tell us the circuits that it needs and that sort of stuff. So if we click go, then run back over to here really quickly because it's still quite fast. You can see they're making, and it puts in one of the circuits for each one. It doesn't block. The rest of the stuff is held in this chest. So as long as we don't make, I don't know, like a bazillion circuits all at once, then it should be okay. And if it does get clogged, then I can just upgrade these chests to slightly bigger ones. Then once they're done, they come into this one here, along with the redstone and the silicon, and get turned into the circuits. Fan-frickin-tastic. Finally figured out how to make the automated circuits. Now, I wanted to show you something real quick. So if you type in, if you go in and you go into JUI and you type in circuit, and you look at this, and if like me you tried setting this up in a test world, and it's not working, well, what happens is you say to your AE network, once you've got it all set up in your test world, you say, make me one of these circuits. It'll all go through here, it'll give it all the right parts that it needs, and it will make all this, and it will make this guy, intricate circuit board. But if you look at the tooltip there, intricate circuit board, it's not got anything else written other than only the recipe using calculator is correct. And then if you look at the tooltip for this one, it says fits to electron tube. That is a completely different item. So if you set it up using items spawned in from a test world, it will not work. You have to set it up using one that's been made in the carpenter itself. And there doesn't seem to be, sorry, it's this one, intricate circuit board fits 4 electron tubes. It's the same for all of these. These ones from JEI, if you spawn them in from here and use your recipe, use these ones to set up your recipe, that won't work. And it's the same for these circuits as well, because these circuits are not analysed. So you need analysed circuits in your recipe. So that's a little bit of a tip. Back over this way, I've increased the amount of ME controllers, and I've kind of used it as a bit of a visual feature. It looks kind of nice, I think. It looks kind of nice on the floor there. That's pretty good. If we go downstairs to the factory floor, I've rearranged things ever so slightly. So we've got our industrial electrolyzer still there that we had before. Apparently this just runs off any voltage. I don't really need this transformer here. I'm wondering whether putting more voltage in it is going to make it go faster, but we'll worry about that at a different time. I've sort of generally tidied up the power quite a bit, and moved all the stuff from here, so I didn't really need my industrial fermenters and things anymore, and my generators that were here. That's all gone now. I've taken those all away. This is still looking like a bit of a mess out here, but we won't worry about that too much. Now, there is a new anchor point downstairs. Yes, prepare yourself. Are you ready? If we go into our new factory. Actually, before we do that, before we go there, you will notice that out here, all of our stuff is gone. All of our immersive engineering stuff is completely gone. It's all vanished. So we've got a nice big space now to fit more things in. In fact, this is just kind of like a nice sort of forecourt area here, and I might make another building slightly over this way, maybe. So I mentioned in my last episode that I wasn't particularly happy having all of my immersive engineering machines in the wrong kind of environment. See, the immersive engineering machines are kind of like steampunk style machines, and this is definitely not a steampunk kind of setup that I've got going on here. However, this is. So this is my new room. This is my new sort of factory floor. So this is where all of my immersive engineering machines are going to go. I've moved my generators down. I've moved my refinery, my industrial fermenter, and my industrial squeezer. They're all down here now. I added another 2 cloches to the machines that are producing industrial hemp seed. So there's 6 cloches there now making hemp seed. They're feeding into some drawers. The hemp fibre is going in the trash. The hemp seeds are coming into here and getting turned into plant oil, which is doing a fantastic job. It's fully stacked. In fact, I might even turn some of these off or put another fermenter there. Depends if I put another generator. And then over on this side, we've got the melons going into a chest. So there's 4 cloches now making melons. They're going into a compacting drawer, which is basically turning them into melons or melon slices, which is turning that into ethanol. That's then going into a refinery, which is doing a fantastic job again of making biodiesel. That's then getting piped underneath the floor, and I've made myself another diesel generator. That's right, 2 diesel generators now, so each kicking out about 4k RF per tick, going into this vibrant capacitor bank. And I've got a power monitor on here to see how much we're generating, how much we're using. Not using much. I need to hook up the redstone signal to these to get these to switch on when the power drops to about 80%. But I have got my ear defenders on, so it's fine. We can't really hear them. We can hear them now. They're not too loud now. Are you too loud? No, they're not too loud. They're pretty good. So this area down here, basically coming out of the bottom of this, I've got some Ender style energy conduits that go all the way back upstairs, and they come basically along here, and then they come. Oh Jesus, where am I? They go all the way up here, and they run. Where are we? Jesus Christ! They run along the floor and then into the basement. And if we go into the basement a little bit, we can see that they run sort of under the floor of the basement, down here, along here, and then they go into our energy bank here. And you can see we've got a little bit in because we've only got a little bit being used. I've got most of my stuff switched off. I've got my void miners switched off because when stuff's actually flowing through the system, through these machines, through the macerators, it tends to lag out while I'm trying to record as well. I don't think the computer's powerful enough to handle recording and understanding what's going on with Industrial Craft 2 machines, so it just starts to sort of drop frames every 5 seconds. So that's what I've been doing anyway. Again, I think this looks pretty cool. As we get bigger, we'll expand it. It kind of made sense to me to have this sort of in a central location in the room, like not on the floor, but sort of at a sort of mid-floor level, so then I can distribute my channels accordingly. So we've got one channel that goes off here that's sort of feeding all these machines. We've got another channel that goes this way, that's looking after these guys over here, and then these machines here. We've got another channel that runs this way that goes down to our factory. We've got another channel this way that goes all the way out to here. So we've got a lot of our nuclear stuff set up in AE2 now, or rather all of the junk that comes out of this. So we're getting tons and tons of 238. I need to periodically come in here and dump that in this chest to keep our nuclear reactors running. These are still going, making loads and loads of plutonium for us. How much plutonium have we got? 17 plutonium, not quite that much. We can get rid of some of this iron dust though, that can go back into the system. So this chest is just hooked up to an import bus to feed it back into the network. I need to automate this at some stage. It's alright, it's not too much hassle coming out here sort of every couple of hours and just sort of turn this on and off as we go. This is making quite a lot of UU matter. Yeah, I've got quite a bit in there. So that's pretty good. So anyway, that's update time finished because there has been lots of changes. I hope you like the new house. I think it looks pretty good. We haven't got as much of a vantage point up here now though. I can't really sort of survey my kingdom like King Ezekiel off Walking Dead. I can't really sort of sit on my throne and look about what's happening. And my boots are also dead. So I think I might elevate it up to a slightly higher position, possibly. But we'll do that. I'll probably do that between episodes. So I'll just charge up all of this junk, and then we can get on with what we're going to do today. So the plan for today, my friends, is to probably think about an arc furnace, I think. So I threatened to start making my arc furnace, didn't I, in my last episode, and kind of got waylaid into making these guys, the electric solidifier and the electric crucible. So that's pretty good. What we can do now though, I completely forgot about it last time, is we can come in here and we can grab our refined iron from in here, if I go here, and I can just go like this, which is going to give us this guy, which is going to give us our new trophy. Age 10, nice. So let's run over here immediately and shove this guy in our trophy sort of temple, trophy temple / portal temple. Here we go. Bosh. Very similar to this one. Not quite sure if I like that. Mind you, the last one I wasn't very happy with. I think it was the farming trophy, and I sort of broke it to get rid of it, and it pinged across the room and landed in lava. So probably not a good idea to have lava in your trophy room, but pretty good nonetheless. So age 10 then, fan-freaking-tastic. I need to cover this up. Have I got? I've got some of those. Yes, nice. Looking nice and tidy. I'm quite pleased with it now. I don't think we need to make any major changes to this for a little while. I still need to obviously finish off these buildings over here at some stage. So yes, we'll have to have a think about what we need to build next. But hopefully I don't need to build much as we go forward. So factory floor then. Actually, let me grab some dirt. Let me come in here and give me some dirt. Grab some 64 of those dirt. Right, okay. So let's have a look at this arc furnace. So if I remember correctly, the arc furnace is a 5x5, I think. Let's pause this. Let's go up a level. Yeah, 5x5. Okay. So where am I going to put this? Doesn't really matter in terms of power because I've got power running under the ground. There's power here that I can distribute to it. I just want to have it so it's in a nice location, so I can look at it and also marvel at it as well at the same time. So I'm thinking if it's 5x5, it can maybe go here like this. I'll just represent it in dirt. That's actually 6. Maybe it could go there. So that could be the arc furnace right there, kind of looming in the factory, and then right next to it, because obviously we need the crusher, and I can't remember whether I said, so the arc furnace needs these electrodes, doesn't it? And we need some of these. So the electrodes can be made in an engineer's workbench, but they need to be made out of hot graphite. Hot graphite needs to be made from hot graphite dust. Hot graphite dust you need to make in the industrial squeezer from coke dust, and then coke dust needs to be made from coal coke in the crusher. So we need a crusher as well. Now let's see whereabouts we're going to set up our crusher. Where are you, crusher? There you are. So the crusher is a 3x5, and it faces this way. So we can maybe have it, if we have the crusher not really there. Don't really want it up against the wall. I want to be able to get down the side of it. So, yeah, maybe we could do it there. So that could be the crusher there. And that could be the arc furnace. Does that sound cool? And then, of course, we've got the ME conduit running around here as well. I haven't popped the power this far across yet. But if we just pop underground, I've got quite a bit of energy conduit and stuff whizzing all over the place down here. So we should be able to just sort of tap into some of that. How did I make this room, I hear you ask? Well, what I did was I used my vertical digger. I just set it to maximum range, and I just sort of put it one block below my base, and I just let it dig. So this room, it's not quite 30. It's if you was to sort of dig out this and dig out the other wall, that would be 32 by 32, I believe. So it is pretty, it's pretty symmetrical, and I like the roof as well. It took me a while to do the roof, but I think it looks pretty good. It is such a massive pain in the arse trying to do the roof. Sort of when you're still on the ground, I was sort of nerd poling up, and then coming along, nerd poling up, coming along, and it just took forever. I didn't bother filming it because I just thought that's probably one of the most boringest things anybody could ever record in the history of YouTube, so I didn't bother. Behind here is pretty empty. I'm not quite sure about this wasted space. But what we also need to do is we need to set up some presses as well, and they're sort of 3. I think they're like that. So that could be quite good. Would that be okay, do you think? And then we'll probably have a chest feeding it, which would be like that, and then we'll maybe have 3 of those. So maybe like this. I'm not quite sure if I want them. Maybe I want them in a line, actually. I like the idea of machine lines. I don't just want it sort of higgledy-piggledy. I want it like a nice planned out factory floor. So maybe they can go 1, 2, 3 there, 1, 2, 3 there, and then another one here. Sound cool? I think that sounds pretty cool. Yes, I like that. I think I like that style. I like that setup. And obviously we'll have some more immersive engineering machines down here as well at some point in time. Now, to make use of the industrial squeezer, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the power drain, or sorry, not let the power drain. I'm going to let this drain out of here, so it's ready for us to use to produce our coke dust. I think it was coke dust, wasn't it, that we need? This one, then this one. Yes, coke dust. So I need to put coke dust in here. Now, let's sort of turn that off for the moment. So that should start draining of this stuff. If I take that all out, that will slowly start emptying out, and then we could just use it to make those for the moment anyway, and then I'll probably get some more coke dust in there at some stage. Let me oh shit, holes in the floor, not good for a factory to have holes in the floor. Let's pop these back in there like that. Right, okay. Right, now, so in order to make all of the bits that we need for our machines, I'm going to automate as much of it as humanly possible. So let's start with steel sheet metal, shall we? So steel sheet metal is just 4 steel plates, which we can encode, I believe, using this guy. That will go like that. Now, I don't think any of our machines know how to make steel plates. So what I need to do is to go steel plates, and I need to grab 9 of those, like that. And let's get rid of those. And then, so let's switch back to this one and say, right, from 9 steel plates, give me a steel ingot as well. Actually, cancel that. 9 steel plates. What I need to do, bring those back, cancel that. What I need to do is make a steel block. So 1 steel block gives me 9 steel plates. Now if I go like that in there, and then where did my steel block go? That in there like that. Then encode that one, and then put that in the cutting machine. I should be able to order some more steel plates. So creates 9 steel plates from 1 steel block. Let's see if that works, shall we? I just want to test that first because I'm not sure if that's going to work or not. We've got steel. Have we got steel in a compacting drawer? We've not got steel in a compacting drawer at the moment, which could be a bit of a problem. Have we got a compacting drawer that is free? We haven't got a compacting drawer that is free, but have I got any in my network? Not got any in our network, but what I can just do actually is I can just make another one of these, and I can say to it, go like this, and then give me some more steel. And if you go like this, what that does is gives me a steel block, encode that one, and then that can go there as well. So now if we put that in the molecular assembler, so that's that one done, that's that one done, that should be okay. Now if we go in here and we order steel blocks is in there, we order some steel plates, we should be able to just go like this and it will craft steel blocks and it will cut them. So now if we go downstairs and we look at this guy should be running. Yes, it is. Fantastic. Right, okay, that's good. That all works. So that is that's a steel sheet metal done. We then need to make the sheet metal slabs as well. So let's see about that, shall we? Let's go here and see if we can do that. No, we haven't got the sheet metal. Right, let's order some sheet metal. Let's say 3 of these. How many was it? It was 3, yeah. So let's order 3 of those. Craft me those, please. And let's go back in here and say sheet. Right, okay, good. Now, if we come back into here and then we go like that, that's going to give us that. Encode that, nice. So that's that one done. Okay, no, molecular assembler in there, good. And then we can chuck those back into the system. Now, next order of business is steel blocks, which we've already taught it to. So it's going to take 6 steel blocks. Now, steel scaffolding, this one, is steel rods and steel ingots. Now, the best way to make steel rods is probably using our metal press. But I'm not really that short on steel at the moment. So that's 3 steel for 4. And then using it, the immersive engineering weight is 1 for 2. So you basically, it's almost as efficient, but not quite. So I wonder if I should just make a metal press. Should I just make a metal press? Yeah, fuck it. Let's just make a metal press. So what do I need for this metal press? Let's quickly bash one of these together just to make these steel rods. Metal press, metal press, metal press. Will you be my friend? Are you in tools and simple machines? No, you're not. Are you in heavy machinery? Yes, you are. Metal press. Okay, so it's some scaffolding. 2 steel scaffolding, 1 redstone engineering block, 1 piston, 2 conveyor belt, and 1 heavy engineering block. Okay. So I need to automate the heavy engineering blocks anyway. Conveyor belts, pistons, redstone engineering blocks. We might as well do the redstone engineering blocks. Let's have a look at the recipe for these and see if we can just make one straight off the bat. So redstone engineering block, that. Good, good, good. That one's done. Nice. And then the other one was the heavy engineering block. And I'm going to need to automate the light engineering block as well. So let's have a look at both engineering blocks. Light engineering block is these iron mechanical components. So I think we need to automate that. And then that should allow us, if we pop that in there, we go and bung those in the molecular assembler there and there, then we should be able to make a couple of those guys. Let's say make me 10 of those. Go. Now we should now be able to make, or automate I should say, this guy here, like that. Excellent. Then heavy engineering block is some pistons, steel mechanical components, steel ingots, piston. I don't think we've got pistons automated yet, so let's do that as well. Bosh. Let's bung those in there as well. Now we should be able to come into here and say, make me a couple of pistons. I'm not too worried about making this stuff because I know it's all going to get used up in the recipe anyway. So now we should be able to say, make me this guy. Did we use those? Steel mechanical components? Let's grab 2 of those. 1, 2. Now we should be able to do it. Can we do it now? Yes. So that's that done. So let me look through my list. So we need the steel blocks we've done, the steel sheet metal we've done, the sheet metal slab we've done. I think, yeah, we've done the sheet metal slab. We've done the redstone engineering blocks. We need to do the steel scaffolding. We've done the light engineering blocks, and the blast bricks are something else. Hoppers we need to automate as well. So they're not too bad, I don't think. Let's go back in here. Let's automate the construction of these hoppers. And I don't think we've automated chests yet either, would you believe? Nice, so they can go in there as well. We are looking good, I think. So the hoppers obviously are needed for the crusher as well. And one of the final things we need is steel fence as well. So this takes steel rods as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make, I'm just going to make a few steel rods because I know I'm going to need them for. I'm going to make them the old way. So let's make, I don't know, quite a few of these because I'm going to make my presses first. That's going to be the idea, and then I'm going to automate the production of steel rods, so it will be a lot cheaper. Before we go and do that though, let's make our scaffolding that we need for our press. So steel scaffolding. Let's grab those. Nice. So then for, if I can remember, what do I need for my metal press? Scaffolding, the redstone engineering block, and a piston, 2 conveyor belts, and the heavy engineering block. So let's make one of these. Let's order one of those. Did I not tell? I thought I taught you how to make these steel mechanical components. Did I not show you how to make these? Ah, one iron mechanical. Oh, I see. I see where I've gone wrong. No problem. Right. Steel mechanical component. Go for go. Good to go. Good. Right. Okay. Cool. So let's put that back in there. Sweet. Then that should allow us to now craft the 3 heavy engineering blocks that we need for our metal presses. Nice. Okay. And then we need 2 of these. No, 3 of these. Sorry. Nice. Excellent. And then we need 3 pistons. Nice. Then all we need after this is some conveyor belts. And they are very easy to make. Look at that. Nice. Perfect. I'm not even going to bother automating those. And then, how do I automate these? Can I automate them maybe with some hoppers? Let me think. Maybe we need 3 hoppers to start with. And then I think it puts it into a chest. So let's grab another. Actually, I've got some chests in here. So let's grab all the stuff out that we need. Okay, so the only other thing that I need is a mold, I think it is. And we're going to use this one, this rod mold. Yes, I think so. Yes, nice. Okay, good. And then just some, maybe some. Got some export buses. Let's get an ME interface as well. I've got 9 of those ones, but I want to get one of these block ones. So let's get 3 of those. Nice. Perfect. Right, okay, I think we're good to go. Let's go and get these guys set up in our factory. Right. Now, the first one, let's do this bit first. So let me just double check this. It got everything. Yep, so it's that. That. And that one. And these are scaffolding. So the scaffolding goes along the sides, I believe. Like that, and that, and that, and that. That's good. And then the conveyors go like there, and there. Oh, I've got an achievement. Road to nowhere. Like that. And like this. Don't know if I've got my hammer on me. So I definitely need my hammer. I'm on a conveyor belt. There we go. Right. And then pistons. Like that, and like that. And then there. And have I got my hammer? If I've got it, it will be in here, I think. No, 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 not in there. What about in here? Yes. I do have it. Right, let's move those around. I think they've got to be facing downwards like that. Like that one. And then this one, last one, that's good. Right, and then it's the heavy engineering block on the top. Like that. Nice. Now I think I just... There we go. Beautiful. 3 of those guys. Now I need to get some power into these. So where can I run some power from? Now I've got... I can maybe bring some power up from underneath. If I go like through the floor here, and then I drop down to here, I've got some power coming in there. And then through the middle of this one. Actually, it could just come along and run along the top of those 3. So let me grab... I've got some enhanced there. Have I got any more enhanced on me? I've got some standard energy conduit. That should probably actually do, shouldn't it? I don't think these are that power hungry and they're not going to be running that much. So let's come along here to that one, like that. And then we can go... There we go. Right, online. Perfect. Let's just check these guys again. Actual power. Getting power? Good, 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 good. Now let's get the mold. This one, and we're just going to set it up on this one for the moment. I think that can go there. Now, where's this dirt? Let me grab this dirt from there. That could go there for the moment. I think this hopper. Did I not grab the hoppers? I didn't grab the hoppers. Where's home from here? There we are. Right, let me just see if this works. Say hopper there. Let's whack it with this. And then let's try and put in... Still in there? Nice. Wonderful. Right, okay, now let's put this guy on top here. I think that should work. And then let's put... I wonder how I collect these. Can I collect it with a chest? Is that going to work? Then I can pipe out the chest back into the ME system, maybe? You going to go in? It is going to go in. Right, cool. Okay, now I can get my item conduit from here. And then I can go from here over to this one. That looks a bit of a mess. I'm going to tidy that up later. I might have it running along the floor. But for the moment it's going to be extract, always active, and then this one is going to be insert. Nice, like that. And then what I need to do is to run some conduit. So what I need to get set up here actually is some kind of interface so I can just sort of grab my stuff from it. Or actually what I need to get is a wireless interface. Right, so now we know that it's these steel rods that we want to make, and they're made from 1 steel each. So now we should be able to... actually, I made a bit of a mistake. What I want to do is I want to rename this guy. I want to rename you, and I want to name you to... Where are we? Come over to our anvil. Let's put this guy in there. We're going to run out of space as well. Let's get rid of some of that. We're going to name this one Rod Press. There we go. Sorted. Now if we go back downstairs to the factory, we can put that back. Put it back there. Rod Press. Nice. So that should be called Rod Press now, I believe. If we go back upstairs to our ME system, go back to home, we should now be able to see Rod Press in there somewhere. Yes, nice, there he is, Rod Press. Now if we make a new crafting pattern, let's cancel that. Let's say one of these pieces of steel gives you one of these steel rods. Craft that bad boy, put that there. Now that should, if we go back to Rod Press, that should now work. We should be able to craft those automatically, I'm hoping anyway. Let's get 10. And let's go like that. Where are you, factory? I can hear it. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, it's giving me 2 per. It is giving me 2 per, isn't it? Right, so we just need to adjust that recipe ever so slightly, I think. Yes, it's giving me 2. Right, so I just need to change that recipe so it gives me 2. That's going to give us 20 in our inventory now. And then if we go back upstairs to the basement, we should see that that order is complete. Yes. So all we need to do to adjust that recipe is to go back to our rod press, take that back out, come into here, put that in there, and then just say that that is actually 2. Re-encode it, done. And that will be sorted. Nice. Right, okay, so that's automated now. That's one good thing done. Now, what I need to do is, we'll get rid of this dirt first of all. I'll put some scaffolding there actually. That'll look a bit more authentic, won't it? Except for I've used up all my scaffolding, so I haven't got any. So I'll put some in there when I get a moment. So that looks pretty good. That's making our rods. So now what we can do is we can come back to our home and we can say to make some scaffolding, what we're going to need is some rods and some of these guys. So we can now say that to this crafting recipe, gives me that. Nice. Okay. Right, let's put that in our molecular assembler. And we can bung all of this stuff back in our inventory. Clear that. Okay, so all that's left for me to do is to send a request for all of these bits to be made in our automated system. I'll do that and I'll be back in a sec once it's all done. Right, let's go down to the old factory floor and get this bad boy set up. No, I'm going to do the crusher first, actually. So let's get rid of some of this junk. Okay, so the first line is a line of light engineering blocks, then scaffolding, then 2, then scaffolding. Okay, so we can do that. That's no problem. And we were going to do it here, weren't we? So that, and that. And then a space of 2, and then the rest of it is still scaffolding. Up to that point there, wasn't it? That's pretty good. And then the next stage up is... It is another 3 and then 1 at the end. 1 at the end and then another 3, like that. And then it was 1 in the middle, surrounded by a fence, and then a redstone engineering block on the corner. So 1 in the middle, surrounded by fences. So let's grab those fences. Like that. Perfect. And then the next level up was just the 9 hoppers. I think then we should be good to go. So there. And then wang it with a hammer. Thereabouts. Nice. Look at this guy. Holy shit. I won't want to jump in there. Right, we need to get some power going into this. Not sure how much power this actually takes. I think it's probably quite power hungry. So I'm going to get some more energy conduits. I'll be back in a sec. Actually, no, maybe we could just use these ones. It's not that much, is it? Surely it can't be that much. Famous last words, maybe? Let's just run it above ground for the moment. And I'll tidy this up later once the pressure's off. So here we go. It's just got to come around here, onto there. Up there, like that. Getting power? Good. So let's whiz upstairs and quickly get some coal coke to chuck in this thing and check it all works, and we can get on with the last bit of today. So let's grab a stack of coal coke and let's whiz downstairs. And let's just jump right on top of our new machine and sort of precariously stand over it, proffering it some coal coke. Nice. Look at it go. So I don't think doesn't seem to have an internal inventory, but it's munching through that coal coke, no problem. So I wonder how our squeeze is doing. I wonder if it's empty yet. It's empty, it's good to go. Right, so let's just get this arc furnace set up now, and then we can wrap up the episode. I apologise if this episode's slightly overrun, but I really wanted to get this done today because I promised it last one and I didn't actually get around to doing it. Kind of finished at about sort of the 20-minute mark. Once I was in editing, I was like, oh shit, I kind of sort of cut that episode a bit short there. So I apologise for that, and I apologise for this as well. So the only part of this recipe that I actually properly remember is that there is a cauldron that goes in the middle here, and that there is a line of slabs that go across here like this. And I think that's about it that I can remember. So let's grab the manual. And this manual seems a little bit tricky. It keeps crashing the game. If I'm on it for too long, it seems to crash it, so I need to be quick. Okay. So it was scaffold in there, and then it was some more sheet blocks there and there, like that. And then what was the other things? Pause it. Quick. And then what are these? Okay. Okay, so then the last bit should just be these guys, 2 of those, and then finally these last 3 like that. Now, are you going to work if I randomly click you all over the place? Maybe here, maybe here, maybe here, here. Ah, it's because I've missed this one off there, I think. Is that going to work now? Look at that beauty, it's a whopper. Oh, Lord. Right, so we just need to hook this up with a little bit of power. What I'll do, I'll temporarily just set this up just to get it working so we can get these rods in there, because it's getting close to wrapping up point now. Well, it's probably gone past wrapping up point. Right, now let's grab this out of here. Coke dust. Let's chuck it in the industrial squeezer. That should process that and give us the old hot graphite dust. Nice. Now, hot graphite dust needs to go where? In an alloy smelter? Let's see if that works. Let's chuck it in. Is this an alloy smelter? Yes. Let's get rid of that. Let's chuck it in there. Alloys only, furnace only. Yes. Nice. 4 of those. I think we need 3 of those though, don't we? So let's grab some more coal coke from in here. Let's quickly whiz back downstairs. Okay, so I bit the bullet and I made some more hot graphite because I realised that I needed this engineer's blueprint to make it, which of course needs hot graphite as well, because you always put hot graphite in a blueprint, don't you? Right, let's put that in there and let's make these guys. Nice. 3 electrodes. Finally. Now we can put this in here like that. Then we can go upstairs and we can finally get our chrome dust from our house. And it's going to be magnificent. 72 of those guys. Let's grab those and let's get back down to the factory. And let's finally throw these all in there. And there is a way to distribute this as well, using, I forget what it's called, RF tools control, and it basically you can automate it. If you automate it normally, it will chuck them in there. I need to enchant these as well, actually. Yes, I need to enchant these to make these unbreakable, but we'll do that later. Yeah, this is really struggling for RF. Look at that. Oh my lord. I need to hook this up to the high-powered energy conduits, I think. Yes, I'll do that off cam in between episodes. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, my friends. If you have, then please leave a like and please leave a comment. I'll be most grateful. And I will see you guys next time.